Hey, this is C&D channel. I'm Chris. This is MMA for you. I'm going to be doing my predictions for Bellator 115, Minakov versus Kongo, which happens on April 4th. Overall, I like the main card. I think that's solid. Otherwise, the undercard is just alright. I mean, you got a good fight with like Baesman versus Herman, Terrado. Volkan, Oezdemir's fighting. He's a prospect. So heavyweight prospects and like Freddie, Aquitania. Otherwise, James Terry from Strikeforce is fighting. Wasn't too bad. Otherwise, I'm not overly enthused with this card. The main card though I do like. Let's get started. Vitaly Minakov fights Cheick Kongo for the Bellator heavyweight title. Well, Cheick Kongo has a 20-8 record with 2 draws, 11 wins by KO or TKO, 3 wins by sub. He also has 3 losses by KO or TKO. Some of those are pretty recent too, you know, to Roy Nelson and Mark Hunt. He's on a 2-fight win streak though, beating Peter Graham and Godbeer. He trains out of Wolf Slayer. Not too many notable guys these days are training out of Wolf Slayer though. I think Rampage is still training there. Otherwise, I can't really think of who else notable who trains there at the moment. He does have some solid kickboxing and some good knees. His clinch is pretty strong. When he's on top, he does have good ground and pound. He has shown to have improving takedown defense. He's definitely a lot harder to put on his back. He's kind of shown to be a bit weak off his back. On top, he's not too bad. And like I said, will throw ground and pound, but off his back, not the greatest. His chin honestly comes across like it's deteriorating to me. You know, there's the Pat Barry dropping him twice, the Mark Hunt knocking him out, and then Roy Nelson knocking him out as well. I mean, those are definitely hard-hitting guys, but got wobbled by Travis Brown as well. But it's just, you know, I don't know, at his age, he's 38, I don't know if he's holding up, his chin is holding up when you include the damage that he's taken. That's why I think his chin might not be where it used to be. Vitaly Minakov, 13-0, undefeated record, 8 wins by KO or TKO, 4 wins by sub. He's 29 years old, training out of Fight Night's team. Other notables that train out there would be that flyweight, the Puncher King, who's in the UFC, Ali Bagaitunov, among others too, if I can recall. He's a Bellator heavyweight champion, beating Alexander Volkov. He does have a strong sambo background, really good in the clinch. Stand-up solid as well, man. This guy's fights guys like Volkov, Ryan Martinez. A lot of guys he beats in the stand-up department. And his ground and pound is solid as well. Once again, he beat Eric Martinez by ground and pound. You know, I gotta go with Vitaly Minakov here. He's actually a very legit heavyweight prospect. Good, you know, just like he comes off like a lot of sambo practitioners. That's, you know, high level ones that's been coming into like the UFC and Bellator. You know, he has good clinch takedowns and solid stand up, even though it might not be very technical. The sambo practitioners are very effective about it. Like Khabib Nurmagomedov, you know, he has very not technical stand up. Someone will probably make him pay for it, but he makes it very effective. Vitaly's very similar, you know. Volkov's mainly a stand up guy. And, you know, he managed to knock out Volkov. He's knocked out a lot of people actually in Bellator. So yeah, Vitaly Minakov for the win here. Next fight off that, Andrey Koreshkov fights Sam Oropeza. Oropeza has an 11-2 record, 5 wins by KO TKO, 6 wins by sub. He also has 2 losses by submission. 20 years old on a 6-fight win streak, most recently beating Cristiano Souza. Trains out of Philadelphia Fight Factory. I believe Makovsky trains out of there. He is a finisher. He's never been to decision. His stand-up is solid. He knocked out his last 2 opponents with stand-up. In spite of his losses by sub, his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu isn't too bad either. Koreshkov, 15-1 record, 9 wins by KO TKO, 3 wins by sub. He's 23 years old on a 2-fight win streak, most recently beating Nashawn Burrell. But it looked like a kick to the armpit that actually was a knee to the chin, and then follow-up ground and pound. He trains out of Rust Fighters with like Alexander Shlemenko. His kickboxing is really good. This guy's really accurate. He hits very hard. He has an array of attacks besides just punches. He has really good knees, for example. Decent Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills. You know, I gotta go with Andrey Koreshkov to win here. I think he's the better kickboxer. Definitely the more accurate puncher. I think he'll win this one. Next fight after that, we have Johnny Cisneros versus Mikkel Parlo. Oh yeah, and the last fight was the welterweight tournament semifinal. Okay, Cisneros has an 8-2 record, 5 wins by KO TKO, 3 wins by decision. He trains out of Jokers and Lightning MMA, and he is a King of the Cage veteran. Lightning is actually really close to my house, actually. So he's kind of a local guy, for me at least. Mikkel Parlo, 11-2 record, 7 wins by KO TKO, 1 win by sub. He's only 23 years old, training out of Extreme Couture. He has really good technical kickboxing. He is very he fights a very measured pace, and he's generally a pretty smart fighter. You watch the Jason Fisher fight, just refused to go to the ground with the guy. Because he knew that's his strength. Got knocked out by Brendan Ward. Was doing pretty well against Brendan Ward, but Brendan Ward's a very solid prospect in his own right. He's shown good takedown defense and good overall defense, even though he did get knocked out by Ward. His overall defense has been pretty solid. Definitely not a guy you see get hit clean. Actually, Mikkel Parlo is a pretty good, one of the better middleweight prospects. Him and Brendan Ward are 2 pretty good middleweight prospects. Still young. He trains at a good camp in Extreme Couture. I gotta go with Parlo here, man. Just too technical, too good of defense. Yeah, gotta go with Parlo to win that one. Okay, next fight that, Dan Cramer fights Jeremy Kimball, and this is for the middleweight tournament semifinal. Kramer has a 10-4 record, 2 wins by KO TKO, 8 wins by decision. He also has 2 losses by KO TKO. One of them was pretty emphatic. It was a loss to Brett Cooper. My bad. He's 28 years old, training out of ATT. He has good wrestling, good top control. Stand-up's pretty average. Not bad, but per se, but not great. Definitely not his strength. Jeremy Kimball, 10-4 record, 7 wins by KO TKO, 1 win by sub. That 1 win by sub was over Chidi Njokwani, and a fight many did not favor him to win. And he has 4 losses by submission. Solid stand-up, pretty good wrestlers is Kimball. Both these guys kind of define the solid but not spectacular prospects that they get. You know, these are good fighters, they're solid fighters. They're definitely not great at this time. Their ceiling they both have 10-4 records. Their ceilings appear to not be super high at the moment, but you never know. They're still improving. With that said, I gotta go Dan Kramer to win this one. I think he'll use his superior wrestling and top control against Kimball to get the win. Okay, on to the prelims. Kelly Anundson fights Volkan Oezdemir. Anundson has a 6-2 record, 1 win by TKO, 4 wins by sub. He also has 2 losses by submission. He's only 29 years old on a 3-fight win streak, training out of ATT. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills are pretty solid. Actually 2 of his 4 submission wins are by north-south choke, or the Monson choke. I believe Monson trains out of ATT. Volkan has a 10-0 undefeated record, 8 wins by KO or TKO, 1 win by sub, only 24 years old. I think he trains out of like Team Tavares. I gotta go with Volkan Oezdemir to win this one. Next fight, Justin Baesman fights Herman Terrado. Well, Baesman, I remember him when he was actually in the main event of that inaugural MMA show that Nick Diaz put together. He beat David Roberts. I think it's David Roberts, if I'm not mistaken. He has a 14-4 record, 4 wins by KO or TKO, 3 wins by sub. He also has 4 losses by submission. He's 32 years old. Solid stand-up, average grappling. Herman Terrado, 11-3 record, 7 wins by KO or TKO, 4 wins by sub. He is a finisher. Last time I saw him fight, though, was against Rick Hahn. He kind of gassed out, but he does have some decent stand-up, decent on the ground as well. I'll go with Herman Terrado to win that one. Okay, next fight after that, Rick Reeves fights James Terry. Rick Reeves has a 9-4 record. 8 of his wins are by submission, 1 win by decision. He also has 2 losses by KO or TKO, and he's training out of the legendary Lion's Den. Ken Shamrock's camp. James Terry, 13-6 record, 7 wins by KO or TKO, 6 wins by decision. He also has 2 losses by submission. He's 33 years old on a 2-fight win streak. Trains with Kung Lee actually in his Kung Lee's performance center. I remember him in Strikeforce having good stand-up, solid wrestling skills as well. I'll go James Terry to win this one. Next fight after that, we have some heavyweights. It's Josh Appelt fights Freddie Aquitania. Well, Appelt has a 10-2 record, 6 wins by KO or TKO, 2 wins by sub. He's on a 6-fight win streak. Freddie Aquitania, 6-1 record, 3 wins by KO or TKO, 1 win by sub. He's on a 3-fight win streak. His only loss is to JV Ayala, who's actually turning out to be a pretty decent heavyweight prospect in Bellator. He trains out of Team Alpha Male, which is crazy because they're known for being a lighter weight camp. With that said, I'm sure they're pushing him. I'll go with Freddie Aquitania to win that one. Next 2 fights, I know nothing about these guys, so it's kind of a pick'em for me. Jason Powell fights Sinjen Smith. Both these guys have no pro MMA bouts, but Powell is 2-0 as an amateur. Both of his amateur wins are by decision. With Sinjen Smith, he's got his 1-0 as an amateur, and that 1 win was by TKO when he was an amateur. And he's only 21 years old. I'll go with youth here, Sinjen Smith, to win that one. Finally, Benito Lopez fights Oscar Ramirez. I know nothing about these guys. Except I've never seen these guys fight. I've never seen fight video of these guys. With Benito Lopez, he has no pro MMA fights. He is 4-0 as an amateur. with 2 of those wins being by TKO and 1 of them being by sub as an amateur. Oscar Ramirez has a 2-0 undefeated pro MMA record. 1 win by TKO, 1 win by sub. He's only 21 years old, and he's never been past the second round. I'll go with Oscar Ramirez to win that one. Okay, to recap the main card, I have Vitaly Minakov over Cheick Kongo, Andrey Koreshkov over Oropeza, Mikkel Parlo over Johnny Cisneros, Dan Cramer beating Jeremy Kimball. On the prelims, I have Volkan Oezdemir over Kelly Anundson, Herman Terrado over Justin Baesman, James Terry beating Rick Reeves, Freddie Aquitania over Josh Appelt, Sinjen Smith over Jason Powell, and Oscar Ramirez beating Benito Lopez. So that's it for my predictions for Bellator 115. If you have any comments, just leave them below. And that's it for MMA for you. Thank you guys very much.